My name is Joe Labruzzo, and I grow pumpkins and create papier-mâché monsters. Growing pumpkins, I lived in New York City, and we moved, my wife and I moved back up here probably 8 years ago. So I've been doing it for about 8 years. And I remember, like, as a kid, we grew pumpkins and I loved doing it. And then I was kind of like, had the epiphany, I'm like, yo, I want to grow pumpkins. And then I always, like creating things like creatures and monsters and stuff like that with papier-mâché, but you kind of need a reason to do it, I guess. So they kind of work together, bang. And here we are. I wholesale probably 70% of the pumpkins I grow, and then the rest I have a farm stand. From September and through October, we just sell pumpkins to clientele, kids, people, family stuff. Good times. So this year I did 8,000 plants, and then I replanted 6,000 of those. In past years, my highest year was 20,000 plants, and just around there. For one guy, probably 8,000 is the tops I'm gonna do. So the process is, first you plow the field, get the ground worked pretty well, and then I go through with a hiller to make small hills in the ground, and then I make a PVC pipe about 3 feet tall. Every pumpkin is supposed to be spaced differently, so I figure out the spacing of the variety I'm going to be planting. It's usually about 3 to 2 feet, so I take just a stick I find, tape it to the PVC pipe at the right length, and then I just walk down the field, make a hole with my heel into the ground, drop a seed in, cover it with my other foot. At the same time, I'll walk forward and notice where the stick ended, because that'll be the right spacing. Heel in that, drop a seed, cover it, and just follow it for 8,000 times, I guess. Many, many times. So. All right, so harvesting happens around middle of September, and I'll go through the field and just, for the first row, I'll just pick the pumpkins and put them in a line to get a rough count of how many pumpkins are in each row, and then I can get a rough estimate of how many bins I'm gonna need. And then I'll basically go through the whole field, pick them all, put them in rows, come through with a tractor and a bin, and just put the pumpkins in the bins, and then continue until it's all done. With the papier-mâché, kind of just learned by doing, like, in school we had an art class and we made puppets out of papier-mâché. So that was my only formal training on that. And then I just kind of started doing it and learned through doing, really. From start to finish, we're looking at a year, but that's not if you're gonna bang it out in one shot, you could probably do it in a month, but I do it in kind of phases where I work on a bunch of projects at the same time. So yeah, December I'll start kind of doing the PVC frames, and then that'll take, about a month or so. And then, the next phase will be papier-mâché, and then the different layers, I use different recipes. For the layer I already have on here, which is the newspaper layer, I use a thicker consistency of the papier-mâché, just because this has to be kind of like a firmer layer. And then for my last layer, which I'm going to be putting on today, I use a paper towel to make it look more like skin. I just like the effect more. And the papier-mâché won't be quite as thick, probably like pea soup. I don't really have any measurements, I just do it all by consistency. So painting comes around August, and that's the final deal. Yeah, I'd like to get bigger every year and just get by just doing that. Yeah, I don't see myself getting tired of it at all.